Your name?
Derek Burke.
The charity you are playing for tonight?
Multiple sclerosis.
And your specialist subject?
The history of Ford and Fordson tractors.
Derek, you have 2 minutes on the history of Ford and Fordson tractors, starting from now. Joseph Galam, described as Ford Company's chief engineer, and his team completed the first tractor in what year?
1920.
No, 1907. The 1907 tractor used parts from Ford cars. Which model did the planetary gearbox come from?
Model T.
No, the Model B. In 1915, due to lack of support from fellow directors at the Ford Motor Company, Ford set up a separate company for the manufacture of tractors. What was it called?
I know, pass.
Where in the United States was the location of the Henry Ford and Son Tractor Company?
Rogue.
No, Dearborn. What was the name of the project which between 1916 and 1920 helped owners to change their cars to tractors?
It was a specialised kit.
Yes. The manufacturer of the Eros conversion kit, E.G. Stowed Manufacturing Company, claimed it gave a 6-fold increase to what capacity in the Ford engine?
I don't know, pass.
During World War I, a licence was granted for a European Ford factory to be built producing agricultural machinery. Where in Europe was the location of the proposed factory?
Cork.
Yes. The Ford factory in Cork was to be operated under a British ministry. What was the ministry's name?
Ministry of Military.
No, munitions.
Munitions.
Henry Ford would sometimes give tractors as gifts to close friends and people he admired. Which inventor of the phonograph and light bulb received a tractor as a gift?
Lloyd.
Thomas Edison. In what year was the first Irish Fordson completed at the Cork factory?
1927.
No, 1919. Which British Prime Minister was this first Cork-built tractor presented to and ended up on his farm in Wales?
Lloyd.
Yes. Derek, at the end of that round, you passed on 2 questions. In 1915, due to the lack of support from fellow directors of the Ford Motor Company, Ford set up a separate company and was known as Henry Ford and Son Incorporated. And the manufacturer of the Eros conversion kit claimed it gave a 6-fold increase to the cooling capacity. So at the end of that round, Derek Burke, you have scored 3 points. Derek scored 3 in his specialist round, answering questions on the history of Ford and Fordson's tractors. Just to ask you about the charity you're playing for tonight.
That's right, it's for MS, multiple sclerosis, and I'm delighted to be doing. We've done a good few things for MS, and you know, I'm no whiz kid on even on the tractors. As I said, I like to drive them and that, but look, it's even, I know I'm not going to win it, but it's €500 for a charity, and when I heard it was going for charity, I said, look, I would do it whether I get no points or whether I get full points.
Well done, and congratulations on that. You now have your 2 minutes on general knowledge, starting from now. According to the nursery rhyme, who kissed the girls and made them cry?
The werewolf.
No, Georgie Porgy. The Russian cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin was the first man to do what in 1961?
Yes.
Which is the largest of North America's Great Lakes?
Lake Michigan.
No, Superior. What meat is used in coq au vin?
Venison.
No, chicken. Which online retail empire was launched in 1995 by Jeff Bezos?
Pass.
In what county is Carrauntoohil, Ireland's highest mountain, located?
No, pass.
Who became the first president of the United States of America in 1789?
I'd pass.
Which Jamaican runner currently holds the world records for the 100 and 200 metre sprints?
Bolt.
Yes. First elected to Dáil Éireann in 1981, Alan Shatter is now the minister in charge of which department?
Finance.
No, Justice. In which novel by Robert Louis Stevenson do the characters Jim Hawkins and Long John Silver appear?
Pass.
Which county in the province of Ulster is nicknamed the Orchard County?
I don't know. Belfast.
No, Armagh. Margaret Mitchell's only novel was made into which 1939 epic movie starring Vivien Leigh and Clark Gable? Whose 1989 greatest hits album was entitled The Immaculate Collection?
Queen?
No, Madonna. The Middle Eastern food hummus is a mixture of sesame paste, lemon juice, olive oil and what pulse?
I don't know what pulse I couldn't.
Which female singer starred alongside Mel Gibson in the 1985 film, I've started so I'll finish, starred alongside Mel Gibson in the 1985 film Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome?
Tina Turner.
Yes. So, Derek, you passed on 7 questions. Yuri Gagarin travelled into space. The retail empire founded by Jeff Bezos was Amazon.com. County Kerry is where Carrantoul is situated. George Washington became the first president of the US. Treasure Island is the book that has Jim Hawkins and Long John Silver. Gone with the Wind was the novel in which Clark Gable and Vivien Leigh starred in the movie. And chickpeas is the pulse in hummus. So at the end of that round, Derek, you scored 2 points, giving you a total score over the 2 rounds of 5 points.
Thanks, Sarah.